All right, so as I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but I'll mention it again. You gotta think back, like this guy was born in the 1800s, and these discoveries were taking place. Nobody knew what is the genetic material. So all these discoveries led to the genetic material is DNA, that concrete factor, and it's a combination of scientists that's why we got to that. Everybody piggybacked on each other. Based on what you guys just presented, I have Griffith and Avery together because at the end of the day, they both discovered transformation, which is what they explained so beautifully, and so did they. Griffith, and I'll just clear this, it's easier. Griffith thought protein was the actual transforming factor, and you're going to see that a lot of scientists, even after Avery, still believe that protein was what transformed or mutated or was passed on, if you want to use all those words to describe it. And Avery actually proved in the end that genes were made up of DNA. Griffith experiment was perfectly explained by the group 2. He took a strain of pneumonia and he injected it into the mice, and it killed the mice, as you see mice 2. Then he took a strain, and he called the strains rough and smooth, okay? He took a strain that wasn't gonna infect the mice, and obviously they lived. He heated the pneumonia strain, and it killed the mouse. I mean, it did not kill the mouse lived. He heated the strain, but added another strain of regular, and somehow it mutated, and it killed the mouse at the end. And I have a video that'll describe the whole experiment probably better than I just did. So Hershey and Chase, they definitely piggybacked on Avery, and they were the ones that got the credit for proving that DNA, not proteins, is the actual genetic material. What they did different was they used a virus. This picture right here of this alien-looking structure is a virus. It's a virus that targets bacteria. So they use this virus to infect E. coli. And you see the glow? They put a radioactive material around the outer shell of the virus, which is the protein coat. You're going to learn that. There's 3 major parts of a virus, and one of them is protein. And then they attach the virus to the bacteria, and when a virus attaches itself to bacteria, the shell stays on the outside of the bacteria. The only thing that gets transferred is genetic material. Of course, they don't know this. What they did conclude later was that the viruses that formed inside the bacteria did not have radioactive particles, okay? So then they took the radioactive particle and they put it in the inside of the virus, which is the genetic material. They still don't know this, but we know. You see it looks like what? It looks like DNA or RNA because it's that big, squiggly thing. They attached it to the bacteria, the E. coli, and then the viruses that were produced have the radioactive material. So the material being passed on, they can conclude was DNA. The genetic material that gets replicated is the DNA. And I'll show you a video too.